we fade in on a motel. Could be any motel in the United States. I'm sure if you're listening to this that you can picture it mentally. The same bargain wallpaper and floral bedspread, the same nightlight and phone, the same cheap wooden furniture, the same tacky shower curtain and shitty plastic shower rings that break the moment you make contact. And they take it out of the deposit. Eliza, this is where you come to, in the same motel room that's been your base of operations for the past few days now. Your vision is blurry, splitting headache, and a bandage. The first thing you feel, you raise your head up to your temple, and there's a bandage wrapped all the way around your head. But what's even more alarming is the gentleman standing at the edge of the bed, sweating and chewing incessantly on yellowed pieces of paper as your focus returns, and they're in nothing but some white underwear, a broken handcuff on one wrist, just staring at you and sweating incessantly. The man...
Eliza... Oh, sorry.
That's
Continue
okay.
your description. Sorry.
That's fine. The man you... when you first met him, you referred to him as Agent Exeter. The man you came to know as Dr. Elias Barbas. And he's just staring at you intently. His eyes are yellowed. And he's chewing, and he reaches into his stained white underwear and pulls another page out and forces it into his mouth and starts chewing some more.
Shocked out of her mind already. Very drowsy from just having woken up and sort of lacking in focus. This sight, Eliza scrambles back, like against the wall. What? How did you... Agent Exeter? Why are you here?
Oh, come on now.
How did you get in here? Wait, how did you get in here? What are you doing here?
We both know you know my real name as Dr. Barbas.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not really in a great state to be remembering things right now, so just tell me why you're here and let me sleep.
Make a intelligence ×5 roll for me, please.
You got it. Okay, that was a failure.
That was a failure.
It's fuzzy, but you recall him coming to the motel before you, or was it after? You were in and out of your haze at that point, having been dragged back.
Uh-huh. Did the others tell you to check on me or something? What's going on? What do you want?
We both know you've been to my house.
Okay. What makes you think that?
You broke my toy. Now, I'm fine with an apology. And he turns and heads over to, like, the shitty motel TV from, like, 1992 that they haven't replaced, and opens a drawer just underneath it. And make let's see if you make an alertness roll for me as he opens a drawer.
You got it. Or this time we're good.
There's a handful of loose items in the top of this drawer. You catch like a wallet and some bits of paper and a gun that's empty. And you see in the bottom of where the clip should go, the cavity. Someone's removed the ammunition, and he turns to you, and with his eyes fibre sort of furrowed. You still got that sat phone I gave you?
I don't know. She sort of shakes her head, just like, probably somewhere in this room.
He heads over to where the rest of your gear is all laid out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time you notice he strolls by and picks up from another counter further down towards the back of the room, nearer to the bathroom, your gun. That's not where you left it. And he starts waving it around, sort of gestures. Where you keep the stuff?
What stuff? You have to be a little more
Your gear.
specific.
You have an ops gear. I understand how Delta Green works. Where's the ops gear?
Mark, does Eliza know where that is right now?
Yeah, it will be in the room. I don't know whether you'd probably secured it somewhere secreted, but you would know if it was hidden. You would know where that was.
Okay. Does this motel room have like a safe?
Yeah.
I mean, unless Desmond moved it or something, it should be in the safe. That's a lie, by the way. It's hidden somewhere else, but she's lying to him.
Roll persuade for me.
Oh, okay. That is 49 under 70, so that's a success.
Safe, huh? Cold. What's a code? And he jabs the gun at you as he says this.
Is it like a number password?
Yeah, you would know. You don't have to say a number, but you would know the code to the safe of your room, sure.
8967.
He goes over there and punches it in, opens it up, and finds nothing because most Delta Green agents aren't stupid enough to hide their stuff in the first place a thief would look if he broke in.
Oh, well. I mean, Desmond and Kane probably have it then because they're out doing something right now, you know? Like, it's probably not here.
I don't have time for games! And he stomps over to the bed and now stands on the bed. He's like standing above you and he jams the gun and pushes it up against your cheek.
Okay. Of course not. You have a gun. Why would I lie to you?
You just did.
No, I didn't.
Sat phone. Where is it?
I don't know.
Make another persuade
Your
roll.
toy gave me a concussion. I don't know where anything is. I'm lucky that I can talk.
You make another persuade roll because you do know where your gear is in this room. But yes, you're.
I'm not so interested in giving it to him. 54 under 70.
Okay. And you see him visibly takes a breath for a moment before he reaches around like the back of his yellowed stained underwear and pulls out another yellowed piece of paper and just screws it up into a ball, shoves it into his mouth and starts chewing. And he takes a step down back off the bed and his shoulders kind of slump for a second. He looks a little defeated. And he starts glancing around the room. Well, where in the... And all of a sudden, there's a smash. Like a pane glass breaking. And you hear a... And a claret mist just erupts from the side of Dr. Elias Barbas's head. And his eyes go wide with the shock. And he drops dead in an instant. About 5 seconds later, there is a knock on your motel door.
I guess I'll slowly walk over to the dead man, take his gun, or take my gun, I guess, out of his hand. Take that back. And I want to, like, hug the wall so that I'm not next to any doors or windows.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
And then when I get to the door, hello?
And there's a few moments of silence and then just another knock.
If you're the person who just killed that man, I'm not sure I want to let you in. So can you please just, like, tell me your name, tell me what's going on.
And then there's a chuckle from behind the door. It's warm but like acerbic at the same time. It's very strange.
Okay.
Oh, come now, Eliza. We've been friends for a while.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Maybe you think that, but I don't have that many people I trust anymore, so. Part of the
Well,
job.
I have ways of getting in, and I really need to talk to you, so
Okay. Um, I'm sure you do. That window's already broken, so feel free to crawl through there if you really need to get in.
must you do me such an indignity? Fine. And you hear, like, the crunching of glass coming from the, as you've correctly ascertained, the smashed window of your motel room. Had the curtains drawn, the heavy curtains drawn in front of it, presumably by your colleagues to help you rest. But there's no. You hear the crunching of glass, and then like nothing. It stops, and there's no movement. And then to your left, the bathroom door at the back of the motel room opens, and there stands a gentleman. He's in like a roll neck, black roll neck, with like slacks and like a green, very dark green, like a peacoat. It's stylish looking guy. His hair is slicked totally back, and he's wearing sunglasses. A tan, quite a that's a rich guy tan for sure. And he steps through with this brilliantly white smile on his face. Please, please, take a seat.
Okay. She'll sit on the edge of the bed.
And he walks over to like the shitty travel kettle that every motel room has, and like turns it on. Tea? And he starts like making tea for like both of you before you've even had the chance to answer.
You know, not to be that person, but I'd cover my drink around you.
I've done nothing but help you. This ogre was about to do God knows what.
Sorry, I'm just not in a trusting mood at the moment.
I understand. I tell you what, I have been rude myself. Let me introduce myself. And he brings the tea over to you and hands it to you. My name is Alzis, Stephen Alzis, and he extends his other hand to shake.
Why don't we get to know each other first before I start shaking hands?
Oh, well, I suppose I do have you at a disadvantage. I've been following your career for some time now, Agent Bishop.
Right. Okay. You know my full name and presumably what I do, so what do you do?
I am. Well, I am a stranger to some. A phantom of truth, I suppose. In a world where it's very difficult to ascertain what is and is not reality. I clean up the messes that Delta Green apparently have problems containing.
So are you here to kill me or something?
Oh, don't be so gauche. If I wanted you dead, I'd have Well, I have friends. Quite frankly, I would have sent them to do it. I try not to sully my hands with that sort of thing, but I could see you were in a predicament, and I am not totally inept. Don't worry about him. I can make him disappear. How's your head?
Not great. Thank you for asking, but my colleague gave me some medicine before people started showing up in my motel room, so I think I'm okay. I'll live.
That's rather garish looking. I can do something about that for you if you wish.
This? I mean, I'm not a doctor, but isn't it a bad idea to remove bandages?
My approach is a little more holistic.
Uh-huh. I I think I'm okay. I think I'll stick to You know what? Can you tell me what you're planning on doing instead of being so cryptic?
It would take a 14-hour lecture for me to fully explain my methods,
Uh-huh.
and without insulting your formidable intelligence, Agent Bishop, I do not think you are in the place to understand. Yet.
Okay. Um, I think I'm okay for now. But thank you for the offer, I suppose.
You are a grown adult? That is fine. I simply offer my assistance.
Mhm.
On to more pressing matters. This investigation. Who have you told?
Who have I told that I'm investigating something, or who have I told about the investigation?
About the investigation. And now, like, there's always that one random chair, right, in every motel room, just
Mhm.
that's usually right next to the TV. And he now like sits in that, and he puts he crosses one leg over the other, like, and sits quite delicately and like drinks his tea as he awaits your response.
Are you going to kill the people who know?
Not even I have the patience for that sort of work. That would take a long time. No, no, no. We want the same thing. In fact, we've been performing much of the same work for a while. There are several dead artists and smugglers that can attest to that. Or did you think that case that you dealt with was a dead end? You got my
Oh,
note, did you not?
I didn't think it was a dead end. I just was told to stop investigating, and I learned eventually to not pursue things that I'm not supposed to. Took a while though.
It's a fine habit to get into if you want to keep a grip on things.
Hmm.
Perhaps this would be a swifter conversation if your colleagues were here. Do you have a way of contacting them directly?
Um, yes, I do. I'm sure I can call them.
Do you mind?
No, I don't think so. Um, she'll just grab her phone from her gear. She obviously knows where it is. Grabs it.
Okay. And as
Dial.
you grab the phone and you turn back around to face him, he stood up almost silently, like you didn't even notice him. And as you turn around, he's like right there, up in your face. You got the phone in hand, and he drapes. He like runs sort of his fingers just gently down his face. You need to rest, and you.
And I like try to hit him in the face. Like obviously he's going to drug me or something, but can I try to like backhand him?
Um, make an unarmed combat check for me.
Oh, hell yeah. Will 30 under 93 do?
It will certainly hit. When you make impact with him, it's like you're punching a brick wall. He doesn't move. And he drapes his hand across your face, and you. It's not unpleasant. You just feel, like when you're really tired and you get into bed and your head hits the pillow and you just drift off.
Mhm.
And there's a part of you that's like, oh, this is nice. And you just fall asleep. We'll cut now to Desmond and Corporal Kane as they arrive back at the motel, probably wheels screeching all the way, having received a call from Mr. Allsis telling him to come back to the motel to discuss matters of importance. So we'll start with you guys pulling up in front of the motel, that the car park that's in front of all motels known to man. You guys' room is on the ground floor simply because that's always a faster exfil than trying to get down from the top story. So yeah, how do you want to play it? I'll let you take over from here.
Full sprint, just going, shit, fuck.
I take my time and put my gear on.
Okay, so you
Got the gat. That's all I need.
That's fine. Desmond, what do you do when you get to the door? It is ajar, and the front window pane is broken.
I take note of it for a brief second and shoulder check the damn door open, and I'm just leveling the gun at the center of the room and looking around, just whipping my eyes from the entrances.
Okay. Sitting there in that one chair that every motel room has is the gentleman that I've already described.
Oh, the really shitty red upholstered chair?
Yeah. And he's just got tea in his hands, and he doesn't blink an eye when you barge into the room, and he kind of puts the tea down to his right, and he goes, "Ah, Mr. Vickleston, how nice of you to join us. And your colleague?"
He's a bit slow. And I sort of lower the gun slowly. You did not shoot me, so this is going better than expected already.
Why on earth would I want to do that?
I don't fucking know. Where's Eliza?
Oh, and he gestures to his left, your right, and she is sleeping quite soundly, just lying flat on her bed.
I think at this point Kane is also coming up the stairs right now and is he's actually going to head toward. I'm assuming like there's a kind of there's a balcony kind of in front of the actual window, like motels typically do, or is it?
No, not really. It's just a wall and then a window. You're on the ground floor, so there's no balcony.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to like stay posted on the wall outside the window and just kind of listen to the conversation before I do anything.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Oh, that's going to be shit.
Your fucking gear too.
It doesn't give me a penalty because it's
No, it doesn't.
it's tactical gear. It's meant to have somewhat of a, but I do have to beat a 12.
Okay.
No, that's going to be a negatory. That's a 60. So failure there.
Mr. Kane, this is not Afghanistan. There's no need for that sort of behavior. Please come in. I've made tea for everybody. And he gestures to his right, your left, Desmond. And you notice that there are now 2 steaming hot cups of tea that were not there when you first barged into the room.
I look from the tea and then back at this man, and then I put my gun back in its holster and I say, oh, okay. So the gun isn't gonna help me here, huh?
You catch on quick. And I have no need for violence. We are, as I said before, working towards the same goal. Your investigation. I am a fixer of sorts. Had my fun in the past. I've been away for a little while, but all of this, things you are now ensnared in, dangerous things, as I'm sure you're aware. My intent is to help. The amount of help I can offer is unfortunately somewhat limited and indirect right now. You're looking into Dorchester House.
That's correct. As Kane kind of awkwardly shuffles through the window, the shattered window. Just crunching glass, just...
I mean, at this point, we're just trying to make it out of here alive and burn all the weird shit.
He hasn't
Weird.
mentioned anything about Barbas to us, has he?
No, but you can see just behind him Barbas's crumpled corpse on the ground.
Hey, yo, weren't he in the trunk?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
How the fuck did he get here? Was he not in the trunk? You know, actually, for a second, I gotta snap back in. Sorry. Kane, was there not a living man in the trunk when you got your shit out?
And a dead man sitting in front of us. Sanity roll, woo! Well, looks like he got to the sick bastard before us.
Yes, Dr. Barbas is indeed quite sick. Some might say corrupted.
Well, the man was making deals with the devil. So...
The devil. Okay.
Not the devil, but demons. Or he had some hand in demonology. We found, I'm sure you know, we found plenty of evidence.
Oh, no, I laugh because once upon a time, your paymasters would refer to me in such terms. It's been a while.
So which one are you then?
I keep doing this, and my mother would chide me. My manners. My name is Ozis. Stephen Ozis. And he reaches
GM,
into
that's-
his coat and pulls out like a business card that he hands to you. And it's like white, just with purple embossed lettering on it. Just Stephen Ozis, aka the Phantom of Truth, aka the Stranger.
Okay. Well, Mr. Olzus, Phantom of Truth, Stranger, whatever.
Oh, Stephen, we don't need to stand on ceremony. Those are titles.
Can you tell us about Dorchester House, then? You seem willing to come here with information. And right now, Desmond and I have just been running around in circles with the occult. I mean, fuck's sake, we were about to summon a demon to get answers.
Were we? Hello?
Oh, was that not what we were both thinking?
I don't think we've even discussed that once. No.
Oh, well, that would have been real awkward.
This is why I'm the team lead.
Some demons are more helpful than others, and some, well, demons are more real these days than they used to be, and that's part of the problem. I suppose one's power can be measured by the times they live in. If you were to travel back to, say, 12th century Europe now, wearing what you are wearing, carrying the items that you are carrying, and he gestures to Kane, you would probably be considered a god, would you not?
I've had people call me worse things in shittier countries, so yeah, probably.
Well,
I'll take that. I'll take that with.
I did not mean to offend you. I'm sure you see my point. Context is everything. A good story told in a certain context can really have an effect on people.
Well, then, what's the context of this story? You see, we've got a man that I thought was knocked out in my trunk and filled up with horse tranquilizer, was it, Desmond? And now he's a crumpled corpse.
No, it was bear tranquilizer.
Oh, sorry, forgive me. I only have a 22 in pharmacy, haha. And our teammate over there is knocked out on the bed when I'm sure she was probably awake not too long ago. So right now, I don't really know what you are.
Oh,
And I don't know why you've come here.
I've been a keen fan of Eliza's work for some time now, and simply wish to help her out of a jam. As you can see here, Dr. Barbas was not too pleased about what you did to him, so I took care of it. One question I need to ask. Have either of you seen the yellow sign?
I mean, yeah.
In our line of work, I mean, it's hard not to.
And have you mentioned anything of this to your superiors?
Sadly, they go through all of our records, so
Yeah, I don't think.
all of our we're
Yeah, they
constantly under
definitely know.
surveillance. They, at this point, it'd be weird for them not to know.
You've mentioned the
In fact,
sign, the play, to them directly.
Well, I mean, most of our
Ourselves.
stuff is written in annoying code, and it's not really ever read unless it's needed for something. But surely we must have mentioned it, right?
Desmond, you can make an intelligence times 5 roll for me, please.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And as he's doing this, Eliza, you start to come to. Can you roll a 1d10 for me, please?
Oh,
Do I notice that she's starting to
58.
like stir?
That's a success.
Sure. Yeah. We get.
I did. That's a 4.
As you recover, you come to, I should say. Can you restore 5 hit points back for me, please?
Okay.
And you no longer have a headache. In fact, all of the pain in your skull is gone.
I'm gonna do a medicine check on her and like just do a analysis of like how she's doing because I don't know this.
Okay.
I don't know that she's magically.
You make a medicine check, and while you do that, I'm gonna come back to Desmond. Desmond, do you remember in your reports from? I'm assuming you're referring to both the reports from the initial operation in '95, and then everything that you've contacted them about since. You've never actually mentioned anything regarding the sign or the play specifically.
I had a feeling Desmond wouldn't have, but Kane is sort of running a bit loose with that stuff.
He didn't say anything to them. You're the only one that's been in contact with your handlers.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, knowing that, then, that's a huge... Okay, that changes things. Well, I guess since actually this fella right here didn't get the chance to send in a report, so I didn't mention it. I try to keep my stuff really, really vague. The more specific I get, the more that my superiors yell at me.
That may have saved your life. I would continue to work in the same manner you are doing now. I would strongly advise against mentioning anything to do with the king, the play, or the sign at all.
Okay.
I rolled a 9 for my medicine check.
Yeah,
So I'm just checking to see if she's got a concussion.
You've got like the little light out, and you're doing the iris checking. She is showing the signs of just a perfectly normal functioning person. There's no signs of concussion. It's gone.
That light is really bright.
I know. I need to do this though. What the hell did you do?
Just for context here, Eliza, you feel amazing. You feel like the best night's sleep. In fact, can you restore 2 willpower for me, as if you've had a full night's rest?
Whoa!
That's not fair. Kane is literally scarred, yes, on the verge of insanity.
Well, to be fair, Kane already had his one good sleep of the year, so...
Yeah. Steven, I was gonna make a really snarky remark about how I will definitely be covering my drink around you from now on. But, I actually feel great, so I'll refrain from doing that. Um,
Can I have just a crumb of context for whatever the hell is going on with you?
yeah, basically 2 people broke in while you guys were gone.
Yeah, we figured that part out. We're caught up to there at least.
Yeah, so the good doctor here was waving a gun around and ranting and raving, and then he got shot in the head. And then Stephen shows up, and I think he's been following me since like 2005, so but I didn't really know about him. I got a note from him.
When Eliza says 2005, he sort of goes like, there and abouts. Like, he puts his hand up like that and then just sits back and listens.
Do we think he should be approving of stalking?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he sent a note in one of my cases, and I was looking into him, I guess, but I was told off rather harshly, so I stopped, and I guess he's been following me ever since.
Oh, yes, your paymasters do not like me. Wait,
No,
you don't
they
get paid,
definitely don't.
do you?
We don't get paid, no.
Should
I
No,
mean,
no
they do
know,
a
I
decent
get
amount.
care
but,
either.
I get free, like, pharmaceuticals, so I think that's...
I mean, they bought me a ammunition for this thing that is like literally $400 per round. So
They're
it's
buying
not all
it?
bad. But there is no salary, no.
I have to start leveraging Delta Green for some things.
You really
then.
can ask for the most expensive gun, and they will do it if you are good.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad you guys are back. It's been a stressful... And she sort of, like, is trying to recollect how much time has passed since they left. 3 hours? 4 hours?
It's about
5
about
hours?
6.
6 hours?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Which of you has the highest willpower? If you'll let me know.
Willpower?
Mine is doing really well right now.
I have 16 willpower.
Damn, boy.
I have 15.
Okay.
I was about to
Right
whip
now.
out 15 like it was something
Yeah.
big, and everybody's got that.
And I'm at 16 currently. My willpower has not gone down, only my
Right.
sanity.
And what about your power stat?
Do you want the times 5 or just the score?
Just a score.
It's also 16. My power is 16.
What about yours, Desmond?
Mine's a 14.
Okay. And Eliza?
Mine's a 15.
Okay. Corporal, I can prod you in the correct direction, but you're going to need to figure out what comes next when you get there. I am not omnipotent. I do have something I can show you.
Oh, I'll take any and all information at this point. I just want some damn answers so I can go home.
He stands up and, like, turns, and it's almost as if he forgot for a moment that, like, there's a dead body on the floor. And he sort of
Gotta
looks down at it, and he steps over it like you'd step over, like, you know, when your
dog turd?
Yeah, when your dog does a
Like
shit in the middle of the living room, and you're like, oh, I've got to go clean that up. And he kind of steps over it, like, ugh, and walks into the bathroom. He goes, if you would, Corporal.
I'm going to follow him, but I'm absolutely going to kick the corpse as I walk by.
He's very dead. there is a.
It wasn't like a checking thing. It was just like I literally wanted to kill him.
Yeah, you see.
I wanted to look at the damn corpse, because there's no way this fool got shot.
Well, I am going to let you inspect it while Corporal Kane is in the bathroom with Stephen Alsis, and I am going to, when we take our break, I am going to let Bryan know exactly what transpires in that bathroom via a DM.
Is it 10 seconds of heaven?
You have to tell each other your
gosh.
darkest secret, and then give a little smooch.
He spends like an hour in there. So during that hour.
God.
Yeah, during that hour gap. Yes, Desmond, you can inspect Elias Barnes' body.
Yeah, after like 1 minute passes and they don't immediately come back out, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they're doing weird shit. And I go to inspect the corpse.
Elias Barnes is in a crumpled heap on the ground. Just the blood is now soaking into the carpet. A hole in the side of his head. If you want to forensics it, or you can ask Eliza to forensics it for you. She's in the room.
Well, my forensics is sitting at a sexy 0.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna wave Eliza over for this one.
That's fair.
Hey, what's up?
Could you check this man out? It's just sort of red to me, and honestly, I'm a little bit colorblind, so I can't really tell what's going on here.
For sure.
Roll forensics.
All I can determine is he's dead.
Big hole in the side of the head. Yeah.
Dead right now.
I didn't like that part you added to the end of that.
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, you can't see me putting my thumbs out because my camera's. Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, you give it the once over, and I mean you were there when it happened, so it's easier to put the pieces together. Are you doing it? Yeah, I'm assuming you're doing this with your forensics kit and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
You dig a 45 slug out of the side of Barbas's skull. It just cratered the side of his head.
Damn, dog, that's a high noon right there.
There was
God, they killed his soul too.
There was no when the gunshot went off, there was no gunshot. It was, you heard the smashing of the glass and like a slight crack. So you're kind of putting it together, and a silencer was probably used.
Yeah.
In that it was a crack instead of a loud bang. But yeah, it's shot in the side of the head, probably from outside the room, just straight through the glass. The thing that intrigued you, and you look from the corpse, which is still in the spot directly where Barbas fell. It hasn't been moved, because the big heavy curtains were pulled in the way, and there is a neat hole in the curtains where the round went through. So he either fired blind or something else happened. And considering the sort of thing you investigate, you're an intelligent woman agent, Bishop, you're probably leaning towards or something else.
You know what? I've seen way too many strange things today, so yeah.
So yeah.
Sorry, I'll give you a more in-depth explanation. He had a silencer on his gun. He shot and broke the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
he shot through the window.
Well,
with the silencer.
It's different from that. It's either he shot blind or something else happened because, well, when he first came in here, she points to the bathroom. He came out of there instead of coming through the window. So that means he was inside the room, right?
Oh, so he does
Surely.
like teleporty shit. Yeah, fair enough. Do you think the tea is good?
Eliza, can
I
you make a
didn't-
sanity check when he says that, please?
Okay. I didn't. And then her face like goes pale for a second. Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I did critically fail that sanity
Let's go!
77. And my
That's
sanity is currently chilling at a 60. So
it's just going to be 1. Don't worry, you're fine.
okay, cool.
It was
That
it was
a
a
good
it was
save.
0 or 1. There wasn't a dice on it. It's just little things like that where you sort of your brain goes and puts 2 and 2 together and goes, oh shit, like those are like minor, and the major stuff is like, fish man in your face, fuck, roll, like that kind of thing. Okay, no, continue. That's fine.
Implying there's Fishman on the way?
Just in general.
What was I saying? Oh my gosh. Tea? I didn't try the tea. I was afraid of getting drugged. And then I got drugged anyway, so whatever.
Yes, I don't really think we're going to be able to resist anything this thing wants. So best not to make it
Yeah.
angry. That's, you know what? That's just life. You just don't piss anything off and nobody kills you.
I mean, I think
I've
we're
eaten-
all on borrowed time here, aren't we?
And I think we need this tea, honestly. Because
So-
I would love to just sit down for a second and drink some tea next to a dead body. Because it's the nicest moment I've had all day.
Yeah, do you want to clean that up a bit? We can,
No,
like,
I don't.
okay, well, I'm just gonna... And she takes the blanket off her bed and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. Seeing Bryan, like, die of laughter is making me laugh.
He's cheating.
I'm so sorry. Let me... Yeah, she's going to take the, like, duvet cover on the bed and throw it over the corpse.
As you pick the duvet cover up, you hear a voice from the bathroom. Oh no, please don't do that, my dear. That's my mess. I will clean that up.
Okay. All right.
Desmond just puts a thumbs up in the air, vaguely to no one, and assumes he understands.
I guess Eliza picks up a teacup and she's like, to our health?
Yeah, that'll do. And he clinks the little shitty paper cup against yours.
You both
Eliza will drink some tea.
you both get a single willpower point back.
Awesome. That does nothing.
We're chilling on willpower, but
If you're maxed
Nice.
out on willpower, you can have a single sanity point back instead.
ooh, I love that.
We take those. So the tea was good.
After
Best tea I've had all day.
an hour passes, Corporal Kane emerges from the bathroom. All this is gone, and Corporal Kane, you remember like you went in there with him, and you had like a conversation, and you were definitely talking to him, and he was really reassuring and charismatic. And then he wished you the best of luck, and you got up from you were like sat on the toilet seat, and he was sat on the edge of the bath, and you were talking about something, and then you got up and opened the bathroom door to step out, and you turned and he's not there.
Oh, that's the best Irish goodbye I've ever seen.
Hello?
Hey, sorry, that Kane doesn't have any recollection that like a serious amount of time has passed, has he?
It's
Or he does,
you're aware that it's been about an hour, and
Hey.
details are starting to come back to you, but you'll probably need a little bit of time to process it all. When he comes out of the bathroom, you guys have been sitting and relaxing wherever it was that you were. Sit up and notice for the first time the dark blood that's soaked into the carpet, but no body.
So that doesn't actually really help. Motherfucker.
Some bleach if you want. It's in the car.
just
You're
throw
gonna
out the entire
you're gonna
carpet.
kill us.
Just throw out the entire carpet.
And
No, isn't it
Pay
like
for
the whole
carpet
floor is
damage and
carpeted,
just fucking
Kane?
throw it.
I don't think we can just tear all of it up.
Hello? Do you not own a box cutter?
at that point, there's a knock on the door, and a chipper young voice just a delivery.
I'm gonna open the door since I'm probably closest to it. In full tactical gear with a gun, blood stain on the ground with two people drinking tea.
Oh,
What can I do you for?
you're shooting a movie, I suppose. Cool.
Actually, no. We're doing a cosplay shoot actually right now.
Cool.
Hi, I'm the dead body. Eliza lies down on the floor. She still has the big bandage on her head.
He doesn't want to know. He's fine, and he just hands you like a plastic bag, and takes out like a little PDA thing and starts tapping on it. Goes, okay, it's all done, and he puts it down. And the bag has, say, it's a plastic bag from like a major name supermarket that we will not name on for copyright reasons, full of cleaning supplies, and a note, simply a little post-it note on top of one of the cleaning supply bottles that's at the top of the bag. It literally says, "Try Dorchester after dark. All my love, S.A."
I don't know if I hate this guy or if I really like him.
He always signs his notes like that too.
So, you remember when he said, I'll clean that up, and then he just didn't and made us clean it up? That was cool.
Well, he got rid of the body, which is honestly the
Yeah,
hardest
I
part
could have thrown a body in a dumpster, Kane.
because clearly you are out of practice. That's not how you get rid of a body. First, you're going to get some bleach and ammonia,
And instantly kill yourself.
bleach and ammonia. It's the same product. It's just you're concentrating it.
Hey, Eliza shuts the door. Thank you. For that. Did he fix the window too, by the way, Mark, or is that still broken?
Fucking window.
The window is still smashed, yes.
Well, that's coming right out of the deposit.
We should probably move to a different location.
Yeah,
I think so.
Just a thought.
This one has been
Just-
bugged, broken into, all sorts of things have been
So,
going on here.
where do you guys feel like getting invaded in our sleep again? Because seems like no matter where we go, no matter what hotel we stay at, some dude's just gonna fucking show up in the room with a gun. Because it's already happened like 3 times, just on this trip alone.
We really are a magnet for disaster, aren't we?
Can I actually call Renko?
He left you with contact details, did he, or did he not?
He did. He like a burner phone kind of situation.
He did, yeah. I did. Sorry, I've not got his details up directly in front of me right now.
You're
Yep,
fine.
you certainly can, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him and just ask him to find us a safe house that is not known by Delta Green.
Okay. You call.
Yeah.
It rings out for a few minutes before it gets to an answer phone message that advertises itself as this is the like an answer phone message for like a casino of some kind. It's called like Vlad's Roulette or something really tacky like that. And there's a bunch of like sort of in the background jingle to the guy who's telling you like, you'll leave a message after the beep. It is like a really tacky, like Eastern European folk music, like what you would think of immediately when someone says like the words "the old country." Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of leave a message about it, just be like, "Hey, buddy, it's Kane. We're having some issues with the motel, and the people that set it up with us just kind of screwed us over a little bit. So we're just kind of trying to find a new place to stay. Just you know where we're at. Just let us know, and I'll make sure to pay you back."
Okay. And you guys wait like there's like a half an hour goes by, and you get another call on the same phone.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick it up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the number is it comes through on the caller ID as like it looks like the front desk of some hotel downtown. And it goes, it's sort of a nondescript sort of. It's the tone of someone that works in a service industry straight away. The tone of voice that every service industry worker has to use for the public. Woman on the other end of the line. Is, Mr. Smith, we're just calling to confirm your booking at the Boxer Hotel.
That'd be perfect. Thank you. There will be 3 guests total. We'll be staying for a nondescript amount of time. Just making sure we're going over the details for this. And just let them know that we'll be there shortly.
Thank you very much. You can check in after 3 p.m.
Perfect. I'll just kind of hang up. Well, since we know that there's folks in Delta Green compromised right now, I'm not entirely feeling trustworthy right now. And considering that Renko owes us a little bit for the little hellhound issue, I think it'd be nice to get a third party to help us out here.
All right, so what's the new plan then?
I gotta, and Kane's just trying to think like of all this information like flooding into his head right now. I need to sit down and process all this shit that Steven left me, but he left a note on the bag. Try Dorchester House after dark. So I think it might be time for a little bit of breaking and entering.
I mean, yeah, we've definitely passed into the point where we're looking for greater good here and not really worrying about prison sentences anymore.
Speaking of a prison sentence,
Oh?
we should definitely clean up the floor.
Oh,
And
shit, yeah.
probably try to explain the window thing.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them that we broke it.
Right.
And then pay them whatever fucking $50 for the window and move on.
That
This
is
is the
fine by
shittiest
me.
motel. If they ask a question, I'll tell them to fuck off and just pay them.
That is fine by me. The blood is pretty big though, so
The amount of cleaning products you presume Stephen purchased for you would be more than enough to get that job done.
okay. Eliza will start getting rid of the blood, I guess. She probably knows how to do that pretty well.
And you all pitch in and you get it all up off the ground. I'm not going to make you roll. There is it's a silly amount of product that he got you. As I said, more than enough to get it done. You would have to dispose of it all, though. You could probably the empty bottles and the rags that you've used to soak up God knows what, and so if you want to elect one of your party to go do that, that's fine.
I can take care of that.
I was gonna say, maybe the man in body armor.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna, like, unpack my shit and, like, move it to the car, I guess, while I'm going out there, you know?
Yeah, you could probably, like, you could get rid of this in, like, a nearby dumpster and it wouldn't be traceable.
Yeah.
The ridiculous amount of bleach you've used is just...
And I'm wearing gloves.
Yes, like... You step out into what's now the night air. This has taken you the rest of the day. It's like 8, 9 p.m. The rain started to come down maybe an hour ago. You take a step out into night air and the rain hits your face. And you look out across the motel car park and it's basically empty. There's your car, one or two others maybe. You can see some fleeting traffic down on the highway next to the motel. And just beyond the motel itself and the highway, there's sort of like a brusque, almost shrubland. Dusty and bushland almost. And it's August, so the heat is pretty it's a Boston summer. And you can see like the heat mist as the rain kind of almost whatever it's hitting, that sort of instant mist is rising because of the heat. It was a hot day. Asphalt's still probably relatively warm. And in that mist, standing in that shrubland, you just see a single figure. Almost a child-like. And he doesn't move. He's holding a single yellow balloon and he just lets the balloon go. And it floats off. Up. And up into the darkness above him. And his gaze follows the balloon as it travels upwards. And as soon as it's out of your sight, you look back down again, and the boy is gone. You can see the pallid mask this boy was wearing now sitting there in the dust, along with an envelope of some kind.
Kane absolutely goes to pick it up.
So you walk down, you cross the motel car park, and you've got 2 bags full of bloody rags and empty bottles of bleach, and you cross the highway. It's basically vacant this time of night, and your feet hits the dirt for the first time, and you walk over. You see a pale yellowish mask. The rain, you can hear the rain, the tap of the cheap plastic that this thing's made out of, and it's sitting. You get up close for the first time. You see it's sitting on a really tacky looking silver robe, and the envelope is open, and you can see a piece of what looks like the top half of some sort of flyer sticking out from the top.
I'm going to open it by myself right now. Just take a look at it.
Yeah, so you open out onto what appears to be a flyer for like some sort of support group. The flyer, it says encounter group.
He notices that the flyer says Dorchester, right? St. Jude Church, Dorchester.
Yep, he sees what you see there. That is the flyer.
And he's gonna just kind of type that into his phone, like on like maps or whatever, or just like kind of Google it and see like where it's at.
Yeah, it's a church some 10-15 minutes from Dorchester House. It's in the same the Dorchester area of Boston. So.
Okay. He's gonna just put the flyer back in the envelope. And just kind of take everything with him, but he's gonna like kind of put the robes and the mask in his gear bag, I guess. When he just kind of like stops by the car, just like puts his shit away, and join the others with the envelope, and just kind of at this point, I think Kane is just like so over it with these encounters of just seeing the shit. He's just like, he just kind of like steps in the room, sighs, pulls out a cigarette, and he immediately lights it. And it's just like, well, saw one of those creepy kids out there with the goddamn yellow balloon like it's a Stephen King novel.
It's fun.
Bastard disappeared on me and left this friendly gift behind, which I feel personally attacked for.
I mean, to be fair, it is personally. Yeah.
I don't need an AA meeting for horrors beyond my comprehension, thank you. That's what the booze is
Ah. So just a normal Tuesday evening then.
Normal Tuesday evening.
Normal Tuesday. So, we've got a new place to go to, and we've got a goal for tonight.
Yeah. Let's
That actually feels kind of good. It feels like almost a plan or something.
We can't head to the hotel or we can't check into the new place until 3. Since we're all out and about, do you guys want to try Dorchester House?
Yeah, I think so.
Just during the day as well?
At night. Right now.
I mean, if you want to just keep going, I sort of figured, like, once you have 4 or 5 near-death experiences in a row, maybe you would sit down for an hour or something. You guys are way too young. Even this in shape, I am struggling to keep up with all of this.
Honestly, I don't know what he drugged me with, but I feel better than I have in a while. So
Well, can you share? Do you got some more of whatever the fuck that was?
I don't think so. I think that was just maybe we should call up Steven again and ask him.
I don't know if I ever want to really call Steven again. But I have a feeling he's just gonna sort of show up from time to time.
As they do.
Yeah, I suppose we just get rowdy with it. For the love of God, though, we need to stop at a gas station so I can buy an energy drink.
Okay, fair enough. Actually, have you eaten since?
No.
Maybe we should actually maintain ourselves then, like mostly normal people, and eat dinner and then go to the next life-threatening situation.
Yeah, I mean, go team. Just, do your day's duty of scrubbing the blood off of a really shitty motel floor and seeing all sorts of horrible shit, and then you go reward yourself with some nice dinner. Sounds good to me.
Honestly,
I'm curious then, where do you go to dinner for the evening? You go into central Boston itself and you've got your pick, pretty much anything you like.
You know what Desmond pushes for? He pushes for, like, buffet-style Mongolian.
Okay. Can you just read out the directions or something? I'll drive.
Oh, are we not going to all pitch something, or are we just running with that?
Honestly, that sounds great to me.
I'm fine with just about anything at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll see if I can't find a Mongolian barbecue place on, redacted maps.
So,
it's hard not to just say brand names.
Redacted Maps is a special GPS service that Delta Green use, and they point you to all of the green boxes as well. That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, they're fun, you find that without a problem. You're actually on the drive there, Desmond. Your personal phone goes off. And
Oh,
it's your son.
Eliza is one of those people who drives with like pretty loud music on, so she's she's driving, she's like bumping her head.
Desmond is a bit older, and he just reaches over and turns off the radio, and then answers the phone. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, Dad. It's been a while. How you doing? You okay?
I have been better. I think my dumb ass came down with something. In these damn woods, I actually had to sort of abandon the video project, and I've been cooping out in an Airbnb for a few days because I feel like death.
Whoa! Did you not hear?
Oh, okay. That's... Oof. No. Did I not hear what?
You went viral, man.
Yeah. You know I make YouTube videos.
Yeah, no. You went viral. Do you know what that means?
Is it good or bad?
Check your channel, yeah?
Oh?
And you take a moment to check your channel, and like the day before you had a couple of thousand subscribers. You were pretty, all the enthusiasts kind of thing. You were in that sort of range.
Yeah.
You now have 2.4 million subscribers.
Desmond's first instinct is he sorts his videos by most popular and goes to start reading comments.
There's just a lot of they're basically all saying the same thing, like, it's generally about how your sort of no BS approach to just cut out all of the crap, cut out the junk you don't need in your life, and get out and touch grass. Yeah, and it's becoming and like there are people, you do a bit more digging, and there are like it's become a thing. Like there's people doing bootleg T-shirts of you saying touch grass. It's become, they've kind of made it your new catchphrase almost. And whether or not it was intentional from on your part, you kind of go back through the videos and you realise, yeah, I say that a lot, like both negatively and positively. Touch grass, and I mean, it's nice that you kind of look at it and it's like you're having like a positive effect. There's like kids that are getting out there and touching grass, and it's a good thing. Loads of comments about, you inspired me to go. I've never been hiking before. I've gone and done that, or I took my son outdoor fishing for the first time for the whole weekend, and we loved it, and we're going to do it like every month for every year now. Thank you for showing us how to do X, Y, Z, all the survival stuff that right. Roll. I'm gonna say alertness or intelligence ×5, whichever one's higher.
Well, I jacked my alertness skills in character creation, so I think I'm already on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on, lower than 80. Yeah, 43. We're good, baby.
The username that you see pop up in the comments more often than not is the username comes up Captain Sunshine.
Captain Sunshine.
Kind of spelled.
I see.
Somewhat like that. I'll put it in the handouts, and that's the
like Cap'n.
Yeah. I put the exact spelling in the handouts for you.
missing and shine.
Yeah. Just like an abbreviated version, but that's And he talks a lot about his is the only comments where it seems to be that he's attempting to engage with other commenters on your videos, and he's talking about we start a community around this sort of thing and need to get together, and you can come to us to look into stuff like that. And we, you don't have to be alone. We could be like lonely together if that's what it takes. And this can be the thing that we engage with.
That was a lot of info at once. Is my son still on the phone with me?
Yeah. You switched over and you've just been sort of making the odd comment like, "Oh wow," and he's like, "Oh no, Dad, it's amazing. I'm telling you, I've been getting questions, attention. You've increased my popularity with the ladies somewhat, Dad. So thank you very much."
I mean, I did raise a good man, so I'm not surprised that happened. However, this is incredible. I've just sort of been doing my best to, sleep and stay awake and drink some hot water, but this is why you are always telling me to be on my phone more, huh?
I guess
I would have seen this. Did Mom say anything about it?
She doesn't really get it, I'll be honest, Dad. I tried explaining it to her, man. Like, they're gonna... Oh, I've got to tell her to look out. They send you a plaque when you get that many, don't they?
I have no idea. I had like 2,000 subscribers. I was literally going out to make the special. I have to make a much bigger special now.
Oh, alright. Well, I mean, I'm doing alright, and I just wanted to, call up and touch grass, metaphorically, so to speak.
I really do appreciate it. I've been feeling like shit lately, and it's wonderful to hear that you're still doing well, and maybe you're gonna get yourself a wife. I don't know what I'm saying.
I am still in my prime, Dad. Don't rush me.
No, I would never rush you. I would never rush you, but I am getting old. That's all I'm saying.
I'm kidding. I know. I can be a bit awkward sometimes, but no, this has been a good thing. All of this, coming here and doing the college bit, even being different from everyone else, like, I mean, I'm sure you're aware of what an English accent can do for you in this country sometimes. They love us, but I suppose, yeah, it's nice to not always be othered, It sounds really daft. I know other people get it way more than me.
I love daft. Right? If I wasn't a lover of the daft, I wouldn't go around saying touch grass all the time.
I suppose. I just don't want to sound ungrateful, There's people that have it way worse than me in the capacity of being othered. I'm not an idiot. I know how the world works, but people will give you a sideways look for the littlest reason they can find, you know? And I suppose all of this is sort of been a bit of a smokescreen for that behaviour. They don't hear the voice and think, you're not from here anymore, I suppose. I don't think I've felt that since... I don't know.
It does make me feel... the word I'm looking for is joy, that you are feeling like you are fitting in and that you are doing great things. This type of thing that you do at your schooling is so far beyond me. And I always, have this idea that you're gonna change the damn world someday.
Well, if I did, I wouldn't have done it without you, Dad, so I appreciate it. And out of curiosity as your handler, because I don't think this is something we've discussed, and I'm making assumptions based on the voice you've chosen to use. When did Desmond leave England?
Desmond, in fact, left England very young. I don't think he really has any memories of it.
Sure.
However, his parents' accent was strong enough that he learned it when he was young.
Of course, yeah, you mimic those you grew up with, and your son has done the same thing. And he remembers perhaps going home once or twice and finding it weird that he was surrounded by people that did sound like him for a change, but you get it because you experienced it yourself, what he's describing to you to a certain extent. And there's a brief silence on the phone, about 10-15 seconds pass. Well, it's really bloody late here, so I'm gonna go. I know you're busy and I didn't want to disturb you in your day, so I thought I'd wait till now and catch up a bit. But well done, I suppose.
I appreciate it. I'll have to do some research and actually figure out the gravity of all this, because that's a really big number.
You cracked the algorithm. Mysterious as it is. Well done.
Yeah. You want to hear something, though?
Sure.
Do you know why I started hiking?
You know, I feel daft for never having asked. Why?
Well, when your mother was pregnant, I was going through a rough time in my life, and I had gained a whole lot of weight. And so I realized that if I was gonna do something about it, I was gonna have to make a serious change, and the only way I could really find myself enjoying exercise was to go hiking. So, in a way, you are the reason that I love hiking so much.
You can almost hear the smile through the phone. It's palpable. Although there is, in fact, silence. Well, I've been at the pub all evening and I'm probably a touch sensitive, so I'm gonna go before I start crying down the phone, Dad, but
Alright. That's fair enough. I went a bit heavy there. That's on me, but I love you.
no, don't
I love you.
don't ever
Love
apologise
you.
for that. Alright. Night, Dad. Love
Say
you too.
it back. Say it back.
I love you too, fine.
Good night.
Night. And there's a click as the line goes dead.
There's not even a 3 seconds pause before Desmond just casually leans over and turns the radio right back on.
What's playing,
And
Nina?
once again, Eliza's like bumping her head to the music and driving.
I'm curious, what's playing?
We're in like 2015 right now, right? It's like top 100 2015 radio hits. Or something. It's just like
Of course it is.
Oh dear. Okay.
it's just like a
Eliza
random
listens
radio
to pop
station.
only.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you are seated in a booth at a, was it Mongolian barbecue?
Yeah.
And you enjoy something relatively normal for a change. It's refreshing. And looking back, this may well be one of the last normal evenings any of you ever experience. I think that's where we're going to take our break. We pick up again around 8 a.m. next morning. Whether or not some of you rose earlier than that, and I will imagine some of you did. Time is now 8 a.m. You have the day ahead of you. Several leads that you could chase, so I ask you, what does your little group do now?
Woof, 8 a.m. is early.
Did everyone sleep okay?
Kane did absolutely not. Not with like all the horrendous information that Steven taught me.
Well, that's an interesting question for Eliza to ask because they slept fine. Can you make a sanity check for me to see if you slept fine?
Yep.
You bet
all
I
that.
can.
You bet your sweet Bippy that Desmond slept like a baby after having a great phone call with his son and a smashing dinner.
Oh,
Like-
thank God.
Mark, that is a failure, as is the theme with sanity checks for
Oh,
today.
All that
Oh.
that means is that you don't regain the willpower from resting. You have a sort of a fitful night of sleep as the experiences of the day before sort of plague your thoughts a little bit.
I don't know if you guys already did this, but were we planning on staking out Dorchester House at all before we break in, or are we just gonna go and just do it?
I think we
Um,
should. Oh, sorry. Continue, Desmond.
No, I mean, the general idea is to do that. I'm just worried if, knowing us, we might, as we do, sort of see something and go in and then end up going in during the day again and, missing the opportune moment. I've noticed we sort of run directly into...
Headlong into
Yeah,
any
just
situation.
anything, really, at all. It's worked so far, but,
Oh.
It seems that, with the appearance of Stephen, this may have gone up yet another level beyond our comprehension.
Well,
So then,
one of the things I would certainly love to do right now is get medical attention.
I just sort of assumed that since you're a medic, you could just do it, but it's probably you can't do everything on yourself, huh?
I have basic emergency first aid, and anything beyond that would be risking a very horrible mess, considering that a large portion of my face was carved out.
Well, we do have a lot of cleaning product, so...
Did you just
We've at
recommend
least-
me bleach on my
No, I meant
open flesh?
you said a mess.
Okay, yeah. I just think a first aid clinic would be helpful for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sounds like
Re-
a
Somewhere
great
where I
idea.
can just get medical treatment.
Remember that you get back 1 hit point for a night's rest.
Right.
don't forget
So
that.
I'm currently at 11.
Oh. Out
Still
of...
out of 15.
And
so
you're-
I'm not too horrible.
You
but
your first aid equipment would have been enough to like sort the wound out. You wouldn't be like sitting there with a bleeding whatever.
no, but not most first aid kit. I guess it would actually. Yeah, no, it would have a suture kit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If it's being
Mhm.
supplied by Delta.
Totally.
Okay, then.
100%.
I mean,
Well-
the urge to get better medical care from somebody who can actually inspect it and is not tied to the wound,
Yeah.
that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Yeah, you know what? I am going to actually try to search for a place because, A, I only have 2 more medical kits, which means I need to go restock on more.
Yeah, actually,
Since you mentioned that, I was thinking maybe,
yes, actually, some of
could
my
get you some of
supplies are
your-
running.
supplies
Low.
back. I feel like we should... There has to be some sort of way to interact with Stephen, right? He seems sort of like metaphysical, but
We could leave him a note. That's kind of what he always does. To
yeah, he's the one who seems to apparently be very good at just sort of getting things.
Mm.
That delivery boy just showed up right when we needed him.
I don't know if relying too heavily on our ethereal connection. Ethereal seems like the wrong word, but any alternative, I think that might be rude. So, ethereal, strong air quotes there, connection too heavily might not be too wise.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure we can just buy some things if we need to, or we can kindly ask Delta Green to resupply us on some of the more difficult things.
You know that Delta Green, apart from if you want to ask them for information, sometimes they supply it to you if they deem you're on need to know for a particular case. But resources, as is the whole point, Delta Green is off the books. So all resources are OSP, on-site procurement. You're to use your own links.
Okay, we have to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm sure Delta Green won't be helping us out.
Yeah, Desmond may have lied about that earlier.
It shouldn't be too difficult to go to really any kind of like outsider kind of or not outsider outdoors store locations and be able to find an emergency survival kit. Those typically carry the basic necessities, what you kind of need for the most part.
Is that
And
really all you need, or? I mean, I noticed you use some pharmaceuticals, but those are
don't
probably very hard to
worry about
replace.
the pharmaceuticals. I can handle that myself.
All right. If
All
you
right.
say so, I won't press further on that.
Kane, if you want, I don't know if it's as good as yours, but I know I have a spare first aid kit. If
Keep
you
that
need
for
it.
yourself. Keep that for yourself right now. Just
Are you
Yeah.
sure? I think you can make better use of it than I can. I mean,
I mean yes, but what happens in a situation where I'm not there?
Yeah, I mean,
Fair
I
enough.
carry a first aid kit too, but the two of you are definitely more competent at it than I am. I'm just sort of good at, like, getting rid of poison ivy rashes. Actually, it's a lot of poison ivy.
For now, just if you can just drop me off at the first emergency clinic, that'd be extremely helpful.
Okay. Sure. Shopping trip,
And
first aid trip. Let's do it.
yeah, pick up some salt and
Desmond already has a bunch of salt. He already
Oh, he
went
does,
out and bought
okay.
that earlier because he was ridiculous. Desmond's gonna actually like try to remember to be a human being and like buy a bunch of like granola bars and trail mix and stuff like he normally carries with him, just so that they can actually like remember to eat, because they seem to just run themselves from dusk to dawn and
Yeah.
not really do much about it other than coffee. They drink a lot of
maybe-
that.
Maybe we should pick up some water bottles too, because I feel like we drink a lot of alcohol and a lot of coffee, but not
Well,
that
I
much
mean,
water.
I don't want to go crazy.
Right. I mean, maybe we're going too far on self-care. Maybe
We
it's just
happy medium.
Yes, I agree.
What if we settled on don't drink on an empty stomach?
but that's
You know
cost
what?
efficiency.
Kane, you're literally on the way to a clinic.
Lock him up. Keep him in the hospital.
We just keep him in there. It's safest for him in there.
To be fair, I don't think anywhere is that safe for us, but for all we know, there's like a night floors in the clinic or something.
No, don't say it. You'll speak it into existence. I've seen it online. They call it manifesting.
Okay. So, I mean, all of what you've described doesn't really require any roles. You're all functional human beings. You know where to go buy this stuff. You're not asking for anything illicit. So, I'd say it takes you like the morning by the time you're all driven around and pick up all of the stuff on your list.
Yeah. Can I add one little thing?
Sure.
I just want to get one of those little, like, for emergencies, 1 gallon containers of gasoline. Just sort of keep that
Okay.
in our hotel or wherever we end up, because you never know when you're going to need that.
One lot of fire starting equipment. Okay, gotcha. No, that's not a problem. Means you just get to a gas station and you buy a jerry can and fill it up. That's fine. Are you planning to sort of reassemble back at the motel before you check out, or You'll by the time you've done all this, it takes you the morning. Like you drive,
Yeah.
you got to drive into Boston. You got to drive around. You're probably back at sort of 12 o'clock, sort of 1 p.m. time.
Yeah, I think we would have to check out, do one last check, to make sure there's no Russian microphones or bloodstains or ethereal beings or God, what else? And then we can go to the boxer, right?
Correct. I will say, while you were out, Desmond, as you're standing in line with your can of gasoline ready to pay, you look out the back out of the window a second into the sort of the forecourt of the gas station, and you see you hear like a honk honk of like a sort of high pitched, almost like definitely like a car horn, and you turn around and you see a what looks like a Lamborghini peeling out of the gas station, and in the driver's seat, flashing you the biggest shit-eating grin as a Lamborghini peels away, is Agent Renko, and he takes off towards central Boston.
I flip him the bird at superhuman speed. He thinks I'm about to shoot him. I whip it out so fast.
He's already well gone by the time the figure's out, but
Fucking asshole.
you get that feeling he just wanted you to know he's still around, and you see the Guinea itself sort of head further into central Boston, and you reconvene at the motel, gather up all of your stuff, and head over to the boxer. You ask, and there's a when you get to the desk, they hand you the key to the penthouse suite, and the sort of short, sort of frail-looking man behind the reception desk says, "Oh, and there is a message for you."
Oh?
Yeah.
And he just takes the envelope out and hands it over.
Kane's not with them right now, or is he?
You're all there. You're all in the
Okay.
in the lobby of the boxer.
Yeah, we reconvene.
Okay. Sorry, didn't hear that.
Can I open up the envelope, give it a look?
You certainly can. And inside is a letter written in somewhat, if you were to read it phonetically, it would be like broken English, and it's clearly from it's signed Uncle Ivan. It's clearly from Agent Renko, just letting you know that there is a check the safe of the penthouse suite, and he's left a gift there for you.
Well, Uncle says to check the safe. So
No, we are not referring to Ranko as uncle. I'm simply not going to allow it.
Daddy?
Kane!
It was a joke.
Was it?
I-
You seem
I
to be
will
getting pretty
turn
cozy
this
with
entire
Steven, so I wouldn't be
hotel
surprised.
around.
Yeah, Kane just kind of laughs that off. But like for a brief moment, you can kind of just see like pain in like Kane's face.
Okay, let's get set up then.
As we're walking up, I sort of mentioned to them,
You want to hear something else about Ranko? This asshole drives around in a Lamborghini. Because of course he does.
How am I not surprised?
He honked
That
at
is-
me at the gas station and scared the shit out of me.
You should have shot his tires.
I was lit. You know what? If it really gets to shit, I will make sure that I shoot his Lamborghini tires. For no reason other than spite.
Good.
Anyways, let's check out whatever thing he's given us.
We're
And
definitely
hope that it
checking this
is-
room for bugs, right?
I mean, yeah, that's step one.
Yeah.
You got me there.
You head up. You sweep the room for bugs. I'm not going to bother with any rolls because you don't find any. Like, you're positive there are none. And when you open the safe, inside there is a what looks like a dossier on a woman by the name of Ophelia Citri. And another document that's like an SV8 report. SV8 being the group that Renko works for, on the missing Delta Green team that were in town before yourselves, and that they were last seen checking into this very hotel and have disappeared off the face of the earth.
Was that the same team? That was the 616 room, right?
That's right.
What floor are we on? May I ask? Dare I ask?
You're in the penthouse. You're in the penthouse suite.
What
Renko's
floor is that, just
hooked
top?
you up. That is the very top. Yeah.
Does it happen to be 6? Just, I need you to tell me that.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not the same.
Thank
floor.
you.
Well, this is vaguely threatening in a very Renko kind of way. Checking us into the same hotel where our, I don't know if I should call them colleagues, but
Compatriots.
people went missing. So,
Well, I mean, according to our superiors, no one went missing here because there was nobody ever here, right?
yeah, agreed.
I don't really trust Renko, and I'm never gonna be able to get the idea out of my mind of these bugs. He's got me checking my shoes, honestly.
Yeah, but at the same time, remember what Steven said. I mean, I don't know if I told you guys, but after the night floors, I did some more digging into the play and the yellow sign. Desmond, you know about me finding the playbook that Barbas had written that I found. I lost someone close to me, and my investigations and searching led me to believe that it was connected to the play and the yellow sign. And in fact, there was strong evidence pointing towards it. And Delta Green told me to cease any and all investigations into the matter. I think Steven knows that there might be people in Delta Green compromised. And so until we can for sure know that those people are not going to catch wind of what we're doing here, we're going to have to play our cards close to us and use any resources that are not tied to Delta Green right now. So anything government, anything that can be tied through electronics or through paper trails. I
So
mean,
then it's really just our words, right?
And
right now,
it's just us.
it's
Mhm.
us.
And I
Should
guess
trust it.
Renko and Steve. Fuck.
Yeah. Um,
Wow, we'd make an incredible band.
I think the informations that Steven had left us um will help us in wherever we go next. But uh it's kind of a double-edged sword kind of knowledge. Um and I think it's for the best that it's a last resort.
Really, I trust you two and not many other people. So
Um
Kane, you do you think that that because you're part of Delta Green and all this, and you saw all that, is it really possible that somehow this thing is targeting us? How could such
I think
an anomaly be related?
I believe that it's true what Barbas had said. It's not fate. It's not some, you know, prophecy. I think we're three people who drew the short end of the shit stick and had gotten fucking dragged into a hell that we did not want to be a part of. We got dragged into a play that none of us wanted to be actors in. And sadly, until the director calls the curtains, we're not allowed to walk away. So, right now, our hand is forced. There's no, if you guys want to back out, go right ahead. But I can guarantee you right now that will just follow you home. All the
oh, I don't.
monsters that follow your dreams, all the shit that you've picked up along the way, fucking coats you like mud. You're gonna bring it home. So if you want to walk away, that's the easy choice. But just know that it will affect those around you. It will kill them. So you have no choice right now to go further into the rabbit hole.
You're right. I don't think there is any backing out. Not anymore.
We lost the opportunity the second we walked through those doors
Mm-hmm.
15 years ago.
Yep. So
The second you guys got involved with Amanda Wright, your names were there. So I will say this. I will do my damnedest to protect you both.
Well, given that we've got the three of us and not much else, I would much rather be able to back you up than fight you.
We ain't got much choice. Like I said, there's only one path in front of us right now, and trying to argue amongst ourselves or, fight our way against each other, it's just going to lead us to our deaths. So I'll leave it up to you guys, though. We can wait until night falls to go check out Dorchester House again, or we can try to actually talk to the doctor beforehand. Just maybe see if he'll let us stay. Um,
We could also check out these things that Ranko left us. Study them. Find out what happened in detail. If we've got the
Maybe
time.
would it be would it be the best maybe to kind of divide and conquer?
I
One
don't
of us
think
goes
so.
to one of us just checks out the church, doesn't go in, just check out the church, drive by, look at it. One of us tries to ask Dorchester House if we're able to run a night op there, while one of us studies the info that Renko gave us.
Well, Eliza's got the connections for research. So, you think you could check out the information?
I could, but should I still be using those resources?
That's a
I
good
mean, I'm
point.
sure my laptop has something on it. I'm sure my other devices all are being monitored by someone, whether it's Renko, Steven, Delta Green, the FBI, or all of them together. Um, you know,
Don't
nothing
forget
that I'm
about
researching is really our information
Remy.
after I put it in.
That fool never came back, huh?
No, I
Mm.
but I tried looking information about him. Anything involved in the night floors. It was fucking bizarre, man. It's like it's like he just picked up his whole life and disappeared. Never came back. I think even today he's still reported missing.
Maybe with all the crazy time stuff, he's now doing all the stuff that we saw him do already. I don't know.
No use trying to think about the ghosts in the past. Let's focus on what's in front of us. But do you want to check out the encounter group, or would you prefer to take the Dorchester House, Desmond?
If I'm being honest with you, the encounter group sort of seems like it was meant for you, if you don't mind me saying.
I think I'm just the unlucky bastard that decided to take out the trash. But yeah, I can take that. And
Maybe they're in the same area. Why don't you two just go together?
uh I'm kind of hoping that Desmond's thing will take a little bit less time, and he can just kind of pick me up like a mom from soccer practice. You know, have a great time with the encounter group. Hope you don't die. Be nice, play nice with the other kids.
What if we both went to the encounter group?
My thing is, if it is
If
a
you,
trap, you guys both know where I'm at, and I'd feel much more comfortable having you two on the outside rather than both two of us being stuck on the inside with one person left to try to save our dumbasses.
I really love how you guys just turned me into the research department at the first chance you got.
Boy,
I'm,
don't be
But
mad
I'm
at
okay.
that.
gonna be real with you. I am horrible. I'm really bad at it. I learned like 8 days after the fact that apparently I have 2 million subscribers or some whatever that means.
I get my news from Reddit.
I
I'm a
I
lost
don't know what
cause.
that means either.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry to put this on you, but um, you are vital. Don't just mistake that as you're just the research assistant. I am going to leave my gear here with you. So if you guys don't hear back from me by the end of the night, I'm probably stuck in some alternate dimension, being stuck in some weird eldritch frat party.
Are, are you sure you don't want to take your gear with you?
No. Um. Uh. I'm gonna grab like the mask and the silver robes from the bag. Um. And just be like, I think I got a backup plan if things go like south.
Okay, have fun joining your cult.
Okay.
Just um
Wouldn't be the first
we'll
time.
pick you up at 7, I
Yeah.
guess.
Before sundown. Let's reconvene before sundown, so that way we can get in Dorchester House at night.
Okay.
Reconvene meaning here or like
Um,
picking you up from soccer practice, as you said.
Picking me up from soccer practice. How about that?
All right.
All right, and I swear if somebody breaks into this apartment and tries to hold me at gunpoint one more time, I'm not responsible for however many dead bodies end up here, okay?
Well, I would hope so. That thing's chambered in 556, so like it should go through the person, the wall behind it, and the wall behind it, and then into the next room. So
Okay.
Yeah, uh, I think that'll be good enough.
I think in terms
Let's
of
hope.
gun power, you're a little bit and there's also, let's see, in that bag you've got 2 frag grenades, a flashbang,
Two
two
fucking frag grenades? What?
yeah. Yeah, there's 2 frag grenades, there's some night vision goggles so you can just turn off the lights, some body armor, a Kevlar helmet, which you probably need, miss concussion. Uh, you got 2 smoke grenades,
Okay.
a first
Thank.
aid kit.
Ooh. You have like the really big ass body armor.
It's the tactical body armor, yeah. It's
I have
4 plates.
I have I believe a 3 armor that is like concealable under your shirt
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
if you want to
If I
take
get
that.
smacked by a bunch of people, I don't think it's gonna matter too
Oh,
much.
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the issue with Dorchester House is we don't know for certain if we are still on friendly terms with the good old doctor there, considering that we murdered his friend and colleague, Dr. Barbas.
Hmm.
So I think you should take that, and I think you should bring old Reliable with you in case you need to make a painting on the ceiling with somebody's gray matter.
I You know what? I sort of preferred shooting the machine. It was slightly more manageable than
It's not so bad when
whatever
you
the
get
hell
used to it.
happened to Barbas.
Um, yeah, you'll be fine. You had no issue
Yeah.
pulling a gun on me when we first met. God, you've gotten
Well,
old.
yeah, that's our job. And
Anyhow,
look where it got me. You're still
yeah,
here.
yeah, just pull the trigger next time. Just starts being
15
violent.
Okay.
years,
It don't
and
even.
you two still haven't changed.
No, hell no.
Well, I have some Googling to do, clearly. Alexa's like setting up all of her papers, her
And
computers.
to be honest, I wouldn't be too worried about searching up the information. I mean, Delta Green goes through all these quacks and uh conspiracy theorists that just stumble upon all these kinds of names and try to dig up research, but
I don't really trust any source that came from Renko.
he wouldn't have put
Not
it
a
there if there was.
trustworthy source, in my opinion.
Granted, but right now it's the only source that we know for certain won't try to immediately murder us. So I think
That's
Well,
that
fair.
has some merit.
let's put it this way. He is one of the few people who have not been confirmed to be untrustworthy.
There we go.
Fair
That
enough, I guess.
He's
Well,
still in the gray area, but that's better than nothing.
he's on thin fucking ice. One more assault ring, and I swear to God,
okay. Well, what do you propose that I do actually research then?
just pull up the research on Renko for sure.
Okay.
And
Did
Pour-
anyone
pour
happen to
through the notes
snag any of his blood?
On what happened to 616 room agents?
Okay.
what was in the safe again? It was did we actually check the safe
So-
that
Yeah,
It was a
We did.
Yeah, it was a
that's what I keep
dossier.
referencing.
Yeah,
We did.
it was a SV8 report on the missing Delta Green team that
Yeah.
were there before you.
Mhm.
One thing I didn't mention before, and I should do. Sorry. The report mentions the name of the team leader, Michael Whitwer.
Ooh.
And
Whitler
the
is that?
Michael Whitwer, and
Whitwer.
the other was a dossier. It was just like a public record of a woman by the name of Ophelia Citry.
Ophelia Citry. Okay.
All right.
So,
Well,
also
I
run Steven's name through your FBI database to see if you get any hits on him.
okay.
Yes.
Also, Phantom of the Truth
Okay.
or Phantom of Truth.
Yeah,
But-
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like I
Any-
said before, all of this information is getting monitored by someone, probably multiple people. So, do you really want me to look this up? Because other people will know what I am looking for.
Well, hopefully you'll be gone from this room in a few hours.
I
Well,
mean,
that's not
there's also
really
the
my
chance.
concern.
they just know anyways, like this guy that just shows up, so maybe we just try to learn as much as we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Phantom of the Truth or Phantom of Truth, and anything related with that and the devil, he mentioned and kind of laughs when I mentioned like any demonology of sorts. He seemed familiar with it. I'll rephrase that. He is familiar with demonology and the sigils and marks we've come across. So
Okay.
he's knowledgeable and has some influence with that kind of thing.
All right. I've got stuff then. All right.
Okay. So with that, Kane and Desmond, you're both going to what, encounter group first and then the house?
I think I was getting dropped off at the encounter while Desmond checks out Dorchester House and
Correct.
Okay.
is asking to see if we can do like a night operation or like spend the night there just to investigate the grounds.
All right. So first of all, we'll do the research. Eliza, what is it specifically you want to look into, and how are you doing it?
Okay. I guess I will start. I think I'll start with Steven. I want to attempt to look him up through FBI database. I also want to just like as a sort of test, just Google his aliases. Like, just straight into Google, Phantom of Truth. See what pops up.
Okay. You put both of those things in, you get random hits from like fantasy novels and stuff like that. Nothing pertaining that you think would be pertaining to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll run Steven's full name, or his alias, I guess, that he told us. I'll run it through the FBI database.
It's strange. You get choppy references to a very rare references of him directly. We'll say a bureaucracy check for now to see you picking through the FBI database and knowing what to cross-reference against what to get exactly the information you're after.
Oh, okay. So for bureaucracy, I rolled a 7.
Okay. It's patchy. His name doesn't come up often, but what the phrase you keep seeing that's coming up more often, he appears to be, or in the 80s, in the 1980s, appears to have been tied to a criminal syndicate based out of New York that the files refer to as the Fate. And it's weird reading it. Like, there's various reports of people confirming like a kill on him, only for him to like pop up again 6 months later. And a lot of the reports you're reading are like, he's pulling a Saddam, and there's like body doubles and things like that. And he just he'd be like, we've definitely taken him out this time, and then he's seen in, you know, the most expensive restaurant in New York with sitting opposite some, you know, young film starlet from the 1980s, someone famous. There's pictures of him looking very much like he does now. Not much has changed there, but there's pictures of him that have clearly been taken by, like, they're like black and white snaps and stuff of surveillance photos and pictures of him with sitting opposite like Rudy Giuliani and Prince and like Michael Jordan, and just at restaurants and in bars and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to look into?
Yeah, Ophelia Citric. Can I look her up?
You want to make another bureaucracy roll for me, please? And you certainly can.
I definitely do. 38. That's good.
Okay. All right. Just a moment. You get the files that you're given already. I'll tell you what you learned before the roll and then what you learned through digging. So the files you get already, she's excuse me, woman lives in Vegas. You see there's like a photo of her in the document that Renko left for you. Strikingly beautiful woman is one of the first things you notice, and it appears she lives in Vegas. She does modeling, and her address is on the file. She appears relatively regular, like normal person. The only thing that's sort of not sort of slightly abnormal on the document that Renko's given you is he's underlined and circled her surname in red pen.
Okay. So I'll search for her full name and then just her surname.
So you search for her full name and you get much the same information that's already on this document. Interestingly, when you're using the FBI stuff, right? She appears to have been recently engaged to a DE agent with a promising career by the name of Michael Whitwer.
Ah, I see. If I have the time, I'd love to look him up as well.
Yeah, I'll do that in a moment because you did also say you were looking into the surname in particular.
Yeah.
The surname in particular brings up hits on an old demonology tome that your colleagues, I don't think, have shared with you yet. They have possession of, called the Ars Goetia, and a demon by the name of Citri listed in there. It's said to be an exceptionally beautiful demon that can charm basically anybody.
Okay. But I haven't put that together yet, so I will keep my mouth shut.
No, it's okay. Well, because you can find the Ars Goetia is a real text, and you find the Ars Goetia entry online for Citri. So you've read all of this. You do know.
Okay,
it.
cool. So, and then I'll have a look. I'll have a peek at Michael Whitwer here.
Whitwer brings up a DEA agent. Just a second there. A lot of his files are redacted for obvious reasons. That doesn't strike you as unusual. They would be. He is, or has been up until recently, an active agent, and a lot of the case files of his are sealed as they are active investigations. You would need probably to call your boss to get special permission to open those.
Okay.
And you would have to give a good reason for doing so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really have all that much of a reason to ask, so I might save that for later. Oh, I was just thinking out loud. I am on a fake FBI investigation, I guess. I asked Delta Green to set that up a while back. So I could just be like, hey, he's coming up in my case.
Okay.
Can I have a look at his files? I'll ask that later.
She's not going to be up at this time, so I can say you put a call through to her, and she'll probably come back to you in the morning. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
No worries. Quickly head on over now to Desmond as he arrives at the gatehouse outside Dorchester House, having dropped Kane off at Encounter Group, and we'll come to him last.
Mom.
But yeah, Desmond, you roll up to the security, the gatehouse, out the front, and just a slightly overweight security guards in there watching an old episode of the X-Files on his laptop.
All right. So I just sort of can roll right up.
Yeah.
All right. I proceed to do so. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is this the Dorchester house? Am I in the right place, or am I done?
You've been here before, right? Just at above game? You have, yeah. You would know
Yeah.
this is it. This is definitely it. It's unmistakably Dorchester House. It's a really big,
Yeah.
distinctive building. So, yeah. What can I do you for?
Oh, I'm just sort of looking to tour the premises a bit. Is that a problem? I have been here before. I don't know if you guys actually have like a record.
Oh,
You guys are that serious
yeah.
about visitors.
You those federal fellas.
Yeah. Supposed to be discreet, you know.
Yeah, Cass. Not just we closed for the night, but you could come back tomorrow.
All right, fair enough.
You speak with Dr. Dallin, he could probably get you a night tour.
That would be fantastic, actually.
All right. Well, it's the one with the guy that contorts himself and fits through the chimney. I'll be right. I'll see you tomorrow. And he like winds the window down and continues watching.
I was genuinely confused in real life what you were going on about for a second. That threw me for a loop. All right, so Desmond takes note of that. I really didn't think it would be that easy. But all right. I didn't think that would actually be
Okay.
something that
No,
we
that's
could set up, given the fragility of our situation with Delta Green and stuff like that. But maybe we distrust very quickly.
and with that we'll head on over to Kane as you see Desmond drive away and you're dropped off outside. I mean, it's a community church. It's quite a pleasant looking building. You can see all the lights on the outside. You see some people filing in through the doors into like the community hall area to the side of the church, and there's a sign for like a sandwich board up outside kind of thing, and it's encounter group written on there, and you can see the flyers on the wall.
I have the plastic mask and like the silver robes that the child left behind, I guess. And I'm gonna kind of like wrap the mask in the robes, kind of like tuck it in my like underneath my arm. Pull out the flyer and head in.
Okay. So you head in through the front, and there's a person wearing the same mask and robes, just standing neatly behind a desk.
I'm absolutely gonna approach him, just like as nonchalant as I can, and just be like, "Howdy, is this the encounter group? I received a flyer, and I just, well, I kind of need a place to talk amongst similar compatriots, I guess."
Evening. Will be acting as the Phantom this evening. I won't be at the meeting. If you would kindly put on your robes and head downstairs.
I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit green to the things around here. The Phantom, what does that mean?
You know. Please, head downstairs. He points to a set of stairs descending only like 6 or 7 steps down towards like some double doors off to the left when you get to the bottom.
I guess Kane will do that. Just like don the silver robes with the mask.
Okay.
And does he notice anything like defining about the man being the Phantom tonight?
No, you can't make anything out through the robes and the mask at all.
Okay.
Even the voices. I mean, obviously, I've got a voice an NPC here, but the voice is as non-distinct as anyone could possibly manage.
It's kind of muffled underneath a plastic mask. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
All right. I'll do exactly that, and yeah, don the robes and go down the set of stairs into my new cult meeting. Lovely.
You head down the stairs and into a room. There are chairs in the room, seats in a circle. What? It's up to you. Do you take a seat?
I'm gonna do a quick scan of the room, just kind of get a layout. I'm notably gonna try to find exits and entrances, and any other hidden contraptions. Are there doorways that are kind of barred off? Are there hidden?
Alertness check.
Absolutely. Guts the bait day 46. All right. Let's go, baby. It's going to be a 17. That's a success.
Yeah, I mean, there's stairs in, and there's another set of double doors out the back that looks like a fire escape. You can see windows leading out to the back.
Mm-hmm.
There are a ring of chairs in the room, and you see there's sort of people milling about, and the 10 seats in the circle are filled by 10 people, all in the identical robes and masks, one by one. And as the last seat is filled, an unseen gong wow sounds from nowhere. And
I'm going to take a seat as fast as I can, if there's still one available.
Yeah? Oh, one of the figures approaches you as if to gesture you for you to take a seat, and realises he does not have to. And he sits down, and one figure stands at the top of the room. And you listen as he addresses the crowd. Say the things we cannot say elsewhere. And the group responds. The truth leads us. Find ourselves and know ourselves. The group responds. The truth makes us. Become the rulers of our own lives. The group responds. The truth frees us. Say what you will. The gong sounds again, and suddenly the lights go out. And that is where we're going to end the session for the week.
Okay. Oh my gosh, alright.
So, until next time, do come check out the next episode, etc., etc. And as usual, I'm going to ask you if you've seen the yellow sign yet. Good night.